Welcome to another episode of This Just Thing. My name is Phil Balabanos.
I'm Pantelis.
And he's Park X famous.
I'm for Park X, bro.
This guy right here, a Dutchman.
From Holland.
From Holland. He's 69 years old.
It's a good number.
He's in good shape. Why did I not see that coming? He's in good shape. He feels young. He feels 20 years younger than he actually is. Do the math. That would make him 49 years old in his
heart. In his heart of Dutch hearts.
Okay, cool. That's fine, right? I guess you can feel younger.
He is 69, but he wants to be 69ing with a bunch of young girls. And he said that he's having trouble doing this on Tinder because when they see his age, they're like, you're just 20 years too old. So then he said, you know what? Inside, I feel 20 years younger than I am, so really, I'm exactly what you're looking for. And they're like, yeah, that's not what Tinder says. Tinder says you're almost 70. All right, old man? So then he's going to court now, and he's legally fighting to change his age to the age that he identifies as instead of the age that he was, born as.
He argues that if transgender people can change their sex, then he should be allowed to change his age. Honestly, just
valid argument, as stupid as it is.
Lie on Tinder. I know that time is kind of an abstract concept, but our measurement of time is not abstract. It's very precise. You're 69. You want to feel younger. That's great. Dye your hair, get a little of that Grecian formula.
He has a valid argument.
Is he trolling people?
No. He has a valid argument. He's crazy, but he has a valid argument. His argument, the only reason why he has a valid argument is because he says, how do you identify a man as a woman, right? It's by their sex organs or whatever. Well, if a dude with a dick wants to be a woman and we're cool with that, then I should be allowed to be 49. Which is fucking ridiculous, but what do you want me to tell you?
That's bullshit. These are two different things.
They're two different things to you because you identify them as two different things. To him, it's the same thing.
I'm not going to play the My Truth game with you right now. This is two different things. We have a preset system in place for identifying gender, right? Right. That's being brought into question because of social changes. Right. And that's fine. There can be a debate on that. That's okay. I'm okay with that. People can discuss it.
You're okay with that? Okay.
But unless we're going to change how we measure time...
Right.
This is not a valid argument.
Well, it is, because the only reason why you just said you could change your identity based on sex, right, is because you want to, socially, everything's changing. Socially, Tinder didn't exist 100 years ago.
But that's not a direct...
It does now.
No, that doesn't affect
It does now.
the argument.
Dating right now, people have more rights in dating, right? Women could date whoever the fuck they want, right, based on whatever reasons they have.
Okay, fair.
He can't just go grab a woman. If it was 100 years ago, he'd be like, I'll take that 20-year-old. He can't do that anymore. Now, the only way he could get into those 20-year-old pants is by lying about his age, apparently.
The other way,
and he can't do it slick like everyone else, create a fake ID. He wants it legal. He wants a real ID that says he's 49 years old. 49, that's his Tinder profile, because it says, I'm 49, rated 69.
He says, I have done a checkup, and what does it show? My biological age is 45. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I guess now that I read that, I've just argued with myself and helped you, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not really helped me. I'm not for him. What I'm saying is, there's something called the slippery slope, okay? So I believe in individual rights and freedoms, right? Mm-hmm. So I believe that if I'm allowed to say some nonsense, you are too.
100%.
That's just how I feel. I can't be like, I'm the only one allowed to say nonsense or whatever. Or, freedom of speech, people.
That's fascism, if you're the only one allowed to say nonsense.
That's like Antifa shit. We're not down with fascism. So even though they call themselves anti-fascists, but they're really fascists. Crazy, right? So right now, this guy, as stupid as this is, we left it open for interpretation. We go, hey, if that's your truth and that's what you feel, we're cool with it. This is what happens.
But here,
we should have set fucking, better lines for changing genders. Honestly, instead of feel it.
This guy doesn't even look 49.
Who am I to stop him from being happy? Yes.
If a woman gives you consent,
yes,
does that mean you can do stuff?
Well, by consent, do you mean a well-written document in which she signed?
I mean, like, you're together, there's some wine, it's romantic, you feel like you're about to lean into kiss her, and you pull out like a W5, and you're like, can you just sign this before I put my dick in your mouth?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But let me play a different scenario. You're in your room, you're in your dorm, you're young.
I'm in my dorm.
You're in your dorm.
Lying down.
Door opens.
Yes.
A girl who you know.
Okay.
Who you like, presumably. Enters.
Hey, girl, why'd you just open the door like that, man, after you knock? You should wait till I open the door. What if I was naked?
She then takes your penis out of your pants and puts it in her mouth.
Whoa, that's not yours.
Is that consent?
On my part.
On your part.
Like, did I consent to the...
That's what I'm asking.
If I don't, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the argument in the mainstream media right now. The argument is, did she consent? And
what?
I don't even know how to start talking about. That's why I let this intro go so long. This story doesn't make any sense to me.
By pulling out my schlong, did she consent? She's the one who actively seeked the schlong.
You like the word schlong. I haven't heard that in years.
I know. It's because I'm trying to be, a bit calmer because there's apparently young viewers that watch.
We have young viewers?
Yeah, I don't want them to learn about the word cock, penis, stuff like that, blowjob, cocksucking. I don't want them to hear it. So we're using schlong.
Schlong a dong dong.
No.
So this headline says, just because a woman puts a penis in her mouth doesn't mean she consented.
Says college expert.
Sex expert.
Sex expert.
A sexpert.
Or, as he's known in society,
Joe.
40-year-old virgin.
So this is part of a bigger conversation that happened on a podcast where they were talking about what exactly is consent. The argument made by the person talking to the college sexpert is that if we force that much consent, and I use the term loosely, down the throats of women, pun intended, 100%, that we're actually not being feminists, we're being paternalists because we're taking away their right to choose and make mistakes. Right? Because a lot of these stories, it's because they did something and they're like, I'm so embarrassed.
They regret it, yeah.
They regret it.
We've all done embarrassing things.
We've all done embarrassing things. And
I don't go sue the women after I'm embarrassed. That's crazy. I should, though. Everybody, that's how you grew up. You make mistakes. And you're removing the goddamn romance out of it, right? Imagine it's a romantic dinner. Fucking there. You're making out after. This is going well. Sign this. She's like, how did you draft this contract up so quickly? It's got a lot of details
here. I keep it in my
here.
back pocket. So I was watching Frozen, believe it or not, with my daughter.
All right.
And at the end of Frozen, the male character, whose name I think Kristoff or whatever, he's about to kiss the character played by Kristen Bell.
And she whipped out a contract?
No. And he stops and he asks for permission. It comes off as nerves, but really what it is consent. Right? And then she kisses him without getting his consent. That's my issue.
It's called the double standard.
It's a double standard.
The man was repeted, and we let little kids watch a repeted story.
Because a week later we watched Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
And if there was consent there,
Kristen Bell was against
doesn't happen.
Kristen Bell was against that.
Did she come out and speak about it?
You didn't see that?
Oh, I did come out and see
that.
her
And a bunch of other idiots got together and like, that is horrible. What are we teaching these young boys?
The prince shows
We're teaching young boys to save lives.
Yeah, to be heroes.
She would have been dead.
In poofy pants. So he shows up and she's like, oh, she needs a true love's kiss. Did she leave a document somewhere for me? Did she tell you that she wanted me to do it? No, I'm just going to go.
What are you doing, Pantelis? Saving lives!
If she puts it in her mouth, is that consent? Let's go to an expert.
I was in my room, just playing Call of Duty. You know? Having some of that Mountain Dew and Doritos. And, like, I remember like it was yesterday. She just walked in, pulled down my pants, and just started sucking my dick. I mean, they took the time to ask if it's consent for her. But did they take the time to ask if it's consent for him? Good night, America.
There you have it.
Penis
sucking expert. Poseidon.
Speaking of the media, fake
Yes.
news, and things that get spun out of proportion,
Yes.
Donald Trump is afraid of rain, said every news outlet on the internet except for us.
Yes, they said Donald Trump might actually be a witch, and here's the proof. He was scared to get wet in the rain.
So, Remembrance Day, Veterans Day in the United States is a time when we remember fallen heroes from wars that actually meant something, not the ones in the last 50 years, because fuck those wars. And we remember the sacrifices, D-Day, Normandy, World War II, Nazi fighting, all that stuff.
Sacrifices.
The sacrificios.
Sacrifice.
So it's very normal for everyone to go to Dieppe, where, D-Day happened, and they commemorate the dead.
They go to Dieppe, I go to the Dep. Everybody's doing their part.
Only a small percentage of our viewers got that, but that's okay. Justin Trudeau was there. He's our prime minister.
Yes.
He heard that Donald Trump could not make it on account of rain. So in very Trudeau fashion, he picked a fight with someone who can kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there. And he gave a speech. People are like, he's such a good...
He dropped his umbrella dramatically. I give him one thing. He's really got showmanship.
Yeah.
I give him
he was
that.
a drama teacher. And
That's true, eh?
He's like, I don't mind the rain. Because today, we're getting rain dropped on us. But back then, they were getting bullets dropped on them.
And then his hair whisked to the right. It was all in slow motion for no reason. Donald Trump, though, wasn't there. No. Angela Merkel was there, a.k.a. Adolf Hitler's granddaughter.
Yeah.
That's not fact. That's not true.
It's not fact?
I don't think it is. Trump didn't make it to this specific commemorative service on account of rain, apparently. And the internet went crazy. And everyone who's anti-Trump called him a pussy boy.
Pussy boy.
And they called him a fagala. And they called him all kinds of mean things, saying he's not a real president. And they started
a lot of homophobic slurs were thrown around.
There were a lot of homophobic slurs.
Fucking CNN, they got
Veterans were mad.
Yeah.
Other people who have nothing to do with the army were mad. But my favorite byproduct of the rage on Twitter was all the people going, I remember when we had real presidents. These are the presidents that they showed, okay? Barack Obama, who invaded and fucked the known world. Bill Clinton.
He killed countless kids.
Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton.
Who raped women. And,
Slick Willie.
And mysteriously, every person who was going to go testify against him decided to commit suicide.
And all these liberal... supposedly, I assume they're liberals, most of them, because I did see some of his own camp get mad at him. But all these like left-leaning Democrats supporting people were like, and another great president, George W. I'm like, really? Did you not read your last tweets?
I'm gonna be honest
what
with you.
happened?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking back at it historically, my favorite president, George Bush.
Really?
Yeah, George.
In all the presidents?
In all the presidents that I got.
Oh, okay.
It used to be Clinton because I was young and I didn't know about the rapes, and he was like a small child doing whatever Dick Cheney told him to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even know what was going on. He's the most innocent one of everybody who's ever been in that office.
You know what? Honestly, you're probably... Look, I don't agree with everything he did, but I don't think that he
didn't do
anything.
Yeah.
He was just there going, oh, shit, they brought down the towers.
What are we doing, Dick? And then Dick Cheney... Dick Cheney's a crazy mobster, right? Dick Cheney shot his friend in the face.
Yeah, you remember that?
And then his friend apologized to him.
Anyways, back to the main story.
Think about that. They went duck hunting. And his friend got shot in the face by Dick Cheney. All right, his friend then apologized, like, I'm sorry.
He was in office when that happened, right? That
was during their... He's like, I'm sorry, it was my fault. I looked like a duck. Like, what the...
Suffering succotash.
So stupid.
So the news went nuts with this. The liberals, the right, everyone was mad because, and I completely and vehemently disagree with this, the people who get mad that presidents don't support the military, I don't even care. Like, if you hate his policies, hate the fact that he grabs vaginas and he pulls on them, hate other things. Don't hate this. This is bullshit. But the worst part is he didn't even not go.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the tweet from the White House. Not from the White House, I'm sorry. Here's the tweet from Donald Trump himself.
Which the White House and the Secret Service corroborated.
But again, since when does Donald Trump listen to the Secret Service? So I have questions there, but that's fine. I'm going to take him at his word this time. And here are pictures of him at another ceremony. Yeah. The same day.
So the problem was here, the rain, it was kind of misinterpreted.
In Spain.
They wouldn't let the helicopter take off. The White House wouldn't do it, the Secret Service, because of the weather conditions. And anybody who knows anything about helicopters understand that there's certain limitations, especially in the rain and the wind.
How did the other leaders get there, though? Did they drive?
Yeah, they must have had cars and stuff. He didn't rent that plane. That's an American helicopter. That's Secret Services. So that's what they went there with. The weather didn't permit them to do it, so they couldn't make it on time. That's why he was there late, right? Because then I guess they took another service to get there. Yeah. But they were really far away, so they had timed it via helicopter. Okay. And then he's scared of the rain.
But didn't they have a rain contingency?
Yeah, the rain contingency was that car, whatever the fuck, how he got there.
But he just ended up super late.
Yeah, he ended up super late. Okay. It's not a car is not as fast as a fucking helicopter.
But the headline does not say Trump super late because of rain. It says Trump afraid of rain.
Yeah, scared to get wet.
Now, this is coming from I'm not a Trump supporter. I actually genuinely dislike the guy.
He does.
I'm not saying that everything he's done as a president is horrible, but I just dislike his vibe. Like, I hate the things he says.
Yeah, he's not well spoken. A lot of educated people voted for him too.
That's true, but I'm not talking about
I'll tell you why they voted for him.
Yeah?
Fucking Hillary Clinton's fault. Yeah, nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. You could run against a fucking sandwich. The sandwich is going to win. The sandwich is president. Nobody wants to vote for you.
I'm going to bring up something that I've noticed. We're like, 60 episodes in now for this show? Yeah? In 90% of the episodes that do not have anything to do with Hillary Clinton, he rages about Hillary Clinton. Because that's how much he hates her.
Yeah.
I'm going to take
everybody who fucking is going to say something against her, everybody who has new fucking mysteriously commit suicide. How many times does this have to happen before we start asking fucking questions? Are we all playing stupid here? If they say that I committed suicide, Hillary Clinton got me. Netflix is being sued by the Church of Satan. Satan like the sheets.
What?
Yes, Satan.
You mean Satan?
Do I mean Satan?
Satan, Lucifer, the bringer of light, the fallen angel, the devil. The devil himself?
The devil is suing Netflix.
And he's not in Georgia.
Because he is upset with their new remake of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Do you guys remember Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Younger? I had a huge crush
on her. It was on TGIF,
right? It was on TGIF. I don't know if that's the only place it was
She had a cat named Salem, and he would talk, he had a funny voice.
He was like this, like a puppet.
Yeah. Well, they remade, and the show is such garbage.
Is it garbage?
That the Church of Satan is suing them.
Satan.
Said, you're making us look bad. What a shit show. It's essentially, they took Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but all they took was the names, really, and like that she has two aunts, and then they kind of made it half
Riverdale did.
Half Hogwarts, half Riverdale.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. But whatever.
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I saw
yes,
the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks weird. So the Satanic Temple is now suing Netflix and Warner Bros. because of, well, you tell them.
Yes, because like you used our statue, you used the Baphomet statue. You know that statue where the guy with the goat's head is on there and he's doing signs with his fucking hand and all that? Yeah.
So like, here, yeah, I'll throw it up.
You use that, and that's our symbol. So, and you didn't ask us for permission. So we want $50 million devil dollars.
How many dollars is that in regular dollars?
Nobody knows. That's the problem. We don't have currency exchange with hell. So we don't know how that works. So Netflix and lawyers are all confused. They're like, what do you want? This is confusing all the Hollywood elites. Because they're like, what the hell? Our Lord and Savior is suing us? Dun-dun-dun.
I'm just trying to understand the story, guys. He just dropped this on me. This was not part of our regularly scheduled programming. I did not know about this. I've been reading the article while he's been saying all kinds of
I know all the Hollywood news, right? I know if it's witch related.
This happened once before in the 80s when there was a satanic panic. That's what it's called in the article.
Satanic panic.
Because of all the Exorcist movies and all the demons and stuff. And it painted the Church of Satan, the Satanic Church is what it's actually called, in a bad light. Because apparently, worshipping the devil, not so different from worshipping the Lord, according to them, because the devil is a cool dude?
Apparently. He's got horns. If you look at that statue, it clearly works out. He'll come and ask you if you have any extra protein powder.
There's no named defendant here. That's the best part of this story.
What do you mean?
There's no official name for a defendant. The church is suing on behalf of a person, an entity, the Dark Lord himself, Baphomet, I guess. But does the devil care? I don't think so. I think
the devil clearly cares, Phil.
The devil obviously is getting... Like, this is a circle jerk in my opinion.
The devil is in the detail, is what they've always taught me.
Okay, so this is what's pissing them off. I'll show it to you and you can decide.
Yeah.
We can all decide together, okay? You can let us know in the comments. This is the statue of Baphomet used in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Garbage show.
Whatever. And this is the one used by the Satanic Temple. Now, keep in mind, the Satanic Temple did not inherit this design. It's not from ancient time. They designed it for the purposes of their church.
So they created it.
They created it based on other art, obviously. Now, the argument is that they're not that similar. I would argue that they're the same statue.
Oh, is that the argument? They're not that similar?
It's a copyright issue here.
But it's the wrong copyright. Because they're saying it's not that similar. They want it to be more
Warner
similar.
Brothers is saying it's not that similar, where it's different. It's inspired by, but not. The Church of the Satanic Temple is saying, oh, it's a fucking statue.
Yeah.
That's like if I had a self-portrait of myself at home that I drew, and then some show decided to use that as like...
They would have a better argument if they would sue Netflix because the show is such garbage and they used their statue.
On that note, I want to remind everyone to do something important.
Sign up to the Church of Satan. Phil, put the link.
Yeah, if you click on the subscribe button, you actually go to the Church of Satan. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. Wait, what did you say?
Doesn't matter what I said.
Did you say Rectus Dominus?
I wasn't talking.
Ass Master? Rectus Dominus? I want to take a moment to remind everyone to subscribe to this show because Pantelis is a rising star in Park Extension, and soon that star will fade away, and all that will be left will be this t-shirt. And you can buy it from his other store, but buy some of our merch too. Here's the link.
There's the link.
For the merch.
Yes.
Should we make a This Just Thing with the Devil t-shirt or something?
No. This Just Thing is against the devil.
My name is Phil Balabanos.
My name, Pantelis.
His name Pantelis, my name Phil. I'll see you next week when we tell you the news. But maybe, just maybe, you'll be notified because you subscribed, and it'll give me a warm feeling in the cuckolds of my heart. Rectus Dominus Assmaster.